Hello folks, today we're comparing Quinta Das Carvalhas 22-year-old Colheita with its 20-year-old Tawny. They're actually quite different wines. Carvalhas is an old house. If you want to see a quick definition of a Colheita, I'd suggest you read the definition on the box. Meanwhile, on with the review.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to my wine lab. This is Chef Anthony, the eclectic chef, and today we're going to do a review of Quinta Das Carvalhas 20-year Tawny versus its 2002 Colheita, and we'll also talk about the difference between a Colheita and a numbered year Tawny. They're both Tawny ports. The 20-year, both of these are certified, by the way, by the certifying authority in Porto, which I visited. The 20-year is a blend. None of the wines blended may have been 20 years old. All the certified description of a 20-year Tawny means that it tastes, in the opinion of the Instituto, like what a 20-year Tawny port should taste like. You'll read other things on the internet, but that's the truth. Now, to the left, there's the Colheita 2002, which is 22 years old. A Colheita is not a blend. It's a single year port, Tawny port, that the winemaker determined was, my word, special. They thought it was best that they keep it as an unblended wine in the cask. So we're hoping that this should be a really good example of a Tawny port of around that age. Price, well, at Total Wines today, the 20-year Quinta Das Carvalhas is $55 a bottle. If you buy 6, you get $5 off. I don't remember exactly what I paid for the Colheita. It was a little more, maybe into the 60s. But it wasn't outrageously more. I will tell you before we get into the taste test that just sitting here, looking at the 2 aerating glasses with these Tawnies in them, there is a distinct difference in the colour. The 20-year is darker. They're both very Tawny, by the way, but the 20-year is darker. The Colheita is noticeably lighter. And let's go ahead and have a try of their noses. Okay, so I would say the nose of the 20-year was pleasant, almost astringent, but not quite, and jammy fruity in the nose behind. Let's try the Colheita. Okay, so the nose of the Colheita, interesting. Not a stronger nose at all compared to the 20-year. Not astringent at all. Very pleasing. A little fruity, but if I had to say what it reminded me of, I would say figs. Dried figs. Maybe dates, but definitely dried fruit and bigger dried fruit, Mediterranean dried fruit. Let's try a taste and a look at the different colours. By the way, before we move on, if you're a serious student of wine, I'd really urge you to get a couple of aerating glasses. I prefer these tumblers because they really do help you get your nose into and check the nose of wines, and they're more stable than their goblet style brothers, which I also have. But anyway, let's take a taste and look at the colour of these wines. Here's the 20-year. You can see it's tawny, definitely. quite dark. Promises quite a jammy flavour, as did the nose. And here's the Colheita 2002. It's definitely lighter than the 20 year. So interesting. Let's try this down to the taste test. Okay, the 20 year. Quite astringent on the palate. High tannins, my guess. Initially jammy, but then becomes very fresh berry-like. Very refreshing port for a 20-year Tawny. Now I will tell you that Carvalhas tends to be lighter than other Tawnies. Not top of my taste list, but they are available and relatively affordable. So I wanted to give you a try. So now let's try the Colheita. Sorry, took another sniff there. Very smooth. Nothing like as much tannin as the 20 year. Caramel almost at the finish. But I have to say it's a very bland taste. I know Wine Spectator gives this 93 points. If I bought this specially as a Colheita, I have to tell you I would have been disappointed with it. But there we are. Let's just give it a second sip just to be sure I'm not making a mistake. Tastes of fruit, mildly, very easy drinking, but I can't say I'd walk a mile for a sip of it. Although I don't care for the astringency in it, if I had to pick one of these two, it would be the 20-year Tawny. So we may try another Carvalhas Colheita. But based on the results of this one, I'm not sure I want to spend my money, because these are not sponsored reviews, by the way. I pay for these wines myself, just to increase my wine education. Coming up on ports in the very near future, we will have my review of a Kopka 30-year Tawny, which we had sent to us from Portugal earlier this year. I only just opened it for Thanksgiving, and it's very, very good. And I'm also going to update my review of Kirkland versus Trader Joe's 10-year Tawnies. I think we need to do that every year because they're different blends every year, and we'll be bringing that to you probably within the next week. With that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this wine review. I know port drinkers are not legion on YouTube, but we have to stick together. With that, let's all have a great day in our kitchens and wine labs.